What is up, everybody? Vanguard Wonder here, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but here we are again, reviewing probably the hypest VR that has been yet to be revealed, aside from Phantom Luster Overlord. Bushy, I know is coming, give me the skill already. But the hypest VR so far of these upcoming sets, Dragonic Overlord the X. Now, I don't know about any of my viewers. All my, 30 viewers? I don't know who watches my videos. But I'm a huge Kagero fanboy. It's too bad I'm too poor to play the deck, but yeah. So we're going to be here doing a review of Dragonic Overlord the X. So without further ado, let's get right into his skill. Act on Vanguard once per turn, cost Soul Blast 1. Search your deck for up to one card with Overlord in its card name and that is different from this unit's. There we go, I can read. Put it into your soul, shuffle your deck, and this unit gets all of that card's names and abilities till end of turn. So off the bat, that's just a great skill. Because how do I explain this? The biggest problem with Kagero, that Kagero had for upcoming, is breaking your first ride. Especially in the newer times when we got the Great and the End. If you rode the Great, you were basically dead for a turn. If you were at the end, you could maybe get one of the restands off, but it really wouldn't. It would not really be worth it that early in the game. So having a first ride was very critical for Kagero. That's why Blade Master is really the more preferred Kagero deck, because there's not too many opportunities to break your first ride. But with Overlord, it was extremely possible. But with this, that changes everything. Because if you open up the X, you don't have a dead card. You write it, Soul Blast 1, put a different Overlord into your soul, and you get all the abilities you can use. Now for its second skill, Continuous on Vanguard, when your card effect would count the number of cards in your hand, it is regarded as 0. See, now I brought up the end for this. In the end skill, it says if your hand has 4 or less cards, that counts as counting cards in your hand. Yeah, you could have like 6 cards in your hand, but due to the Overlord skill, it would still count as 0, thus putting any kind of hand requirement skill online. Now for its third and final skill, Continuous on Vanguard, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit's drive cannot become 0 or less. So basically, another problem with Kagero, I know there were a lot of problems. If the end, once you got into the end, you were basically out of drives by a second skill. And God forbid if you had not have ended your opponent by this skill at least. With the 4 or less skill and be able to restand. If you had not ended your opponent within that time, you're basically screwed, because unless you were hoping that you just drew out so many cards to guard with, then you're basically screwed for the rest of the match, and you would die. Because you already wasted your hand going for the end skills, and now you waste a resource to try to restand so much, that it just would not equal too many opportunities to win. But with the X here, allowing your drive not to go below 1 as long as your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you still have at least 1 drive check. And for Kagero, that's really all you need. See, now we're going to get into the portion of my videos where I like to compare the new VR, the X, with the old Dragonic Overlord the X. See what they changed, see what they didn't change. Now I'm sure they changed a lot, because as you can see, this was a Legion card. This was and still is very threatening card in its time. Because I've seen a lot of premium talk about this. I don't know too much about it, but I've heard it's scary. So anyways, so Act on Vanguard, yeah, Legion with Dragonic Overlord, the end. Auto on Vanguard, when this unit is in Legion, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as a unit on your Vanguard. Because with Legion, they would count as 2 Vanguards. Reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Auto on Vanguard, Counterblast 1, choose a card named Dragonic Overlord the X from your hand and discard it. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if the attack did not hit during the battle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards and retire them. So obviously, yeah, they pretty much changed a lot. The only thing they really kind of kept was adding the same card name to your hand. Instead of making it like a Legion requirement, they just made a simple Soul Blast requirement. But I have a problem with the soul blasting too, because another big problem with Kagero is soul. Soul. So few cards, if not any cards, in Kagero soul charge. If there are cards that in Kagero that can soul charge, they're not very viable or playable because they take up unnecessary spots. And just to do some ridiculous skill of soul charge, like let's take Cruel Dragon into example here. Cruel Dragon, his skill is like if the attack hits, soul charge, put this card on top of the deck. I believe that's the card's skill. But you have to require it to hit, and with that specific card not be able to hit too many beat stakes, because you would just have to stack triggers or force markers on that card when it really needs to be going on your Vanguard or some other rear guard that can do literally anything else than soul charge. It just wasn't that playable, and you were just left with this low soul. Not to mention Full Armor Buster Dragonic. That's the name, right? Full Armor Dragonic? Whatever. Soul Blast 2 just to check the top 7 for an Overlord? That's ridiculous! Because now you're left with 1 card in Soul, and if you're right, maybe 2! But yeah, Soul is a big problem with Kagero. Luckily with the X, they're fixing the hand size problem, so now you can run like 6, 8 draw and still have a good hand. Thanks to the regarded as 0 skill. Now, let's see, there was a triple rare that was released as well with the X in the same live stream called Ignaro Dragon. Ignaro Dragon skill is auto on Vanguard or Rearguard. When placed, look at the top 7 cards from your deck, reveal up to 1 Dragonic Overlord, the X from among them, put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. When your Vanguard attacks, if your hand has 4 or less cards, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Now this goes back with the hand being regarded as 0 rule. Because if your hand, it says if your hand has 4 or less cards. Since your hand is always regarded as 0, this gets plus 5 for each of your attacks. So your Vanguard attacks once, plus 5,000. Your Vanguard attacks twice with one of the end skills. If you choose to put the end into your soul, that's plus 10,000. You attack 3 times because you use the second skill of the end. That's another plus 5,000. That's plus 15,000. That's a 25k body on your rear guard circle just because you use some skills. That is insane. And of course the first skill is like Masquerade but with Kagero. But oh my god, I'm heavily excited for Kagero to be making a good impact on the metagame with this card. And now, it hasn't even been like a week since this card has been announced, and people are already fearing it, I guess I should say. But the great thing about this card is, despite all the goodness all the really goodness that's around this card, it is not broken. There's nothing about this that makes it broken. Sure, you could say the hand being regarded as 0 skill is maybe kind of broken. There's an argument there, not a good one, but an argument nonetheless. But this card is not broken. This card does just enough where you have to rely on other cards in your deck. So that way, this singular card is not just pulling the weight of the entire deck, and you have to rely on your other strategies and cards to be able to pull it from weight. With that level of strategy, that makes this card not broken. Kagero is not going to be broken. It's going to be really good, but not broken. Power creep. I say Bushiroad is doing a good job at reducing power creep over the last few months, I'm going to say. I know we haven't had a set in a few months, but with what's been coming out, they've been really helping with power creep. But what a lot of people don't understand is what makes a deck broken. What makes a deck broken, at least one of the qualifying traits of broken deck, is when the grade 3 VR is basically pulling and carrying the entire deck. For instance, let's take Pale Moon to it. Pale Moon would not be as good without Luke here. Now I know it's the VR's job to really be the main focus of the deck. Your grade 3 is what the deck's playstyle is getting based on. But without Luke here, Pale Moon would not have survived. Pale Moon not been good. Now there are other cards that are good, yes, that go with Pale Moon and Slow Hill as well. But without Lugier, Pale Moon would probably still be a C tier deck instead of the S tier deck that it is. And don't fight me on this, people. Pale Moon's still S tier. Or let's take another deck into example. Aqua Force, except Revan. I don't know why people think Revan's good. apparently it's a very topping deck. Someone needs to explain that to me. How is Revan topping? And give me some videos if you can, because I've seen nothing about Revan topping anywhere, or winning as a matter of fact. Now I'm talking about Maelstrom Glory. I've used Glory Maelstrom. Glory Maelstrom is broken. Because you get a 1-card guard restriction. That's like worse than Sentinel restriction, if you ask me. Because even with the best protect deck in the biggest hands, like OTT, Angel Feather, maybe Dark Irregulars if you're playing well enough, 1-card guard basically just makes that entire game useless. And sure, you have Sentinels, but you only have so many Sentinels. Not to mention, you get plus 10k to the front row for having a Maelstrom Soul? That's just, that blows my mind. Especially when I ran the build with like fucking 8 front. That was just insane. That was insane. I felt so powerful. I felt so good the day I used that deck. But still, that is insane. This is not like any of those. This is not going to carry the entire deck. It will definitely be good and it will extremely help the deck with its combos, but it will not be carrying the entire deck. But my 2 cents aside from the whole power creep and broken situation, please let me know what you think of the new cards coming out. Once I get my allergies under control, let me know what you think of the cards down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please make sure to like it. And if you would be a dear, please go down and hit that subscribe button. And if you would do that, please press the notification bell. The notification bell lets you get notified every time I upload a video. Now, my name has been Vanguard Wonder, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.